When I first started reaching out to the community saying we need volunteers for this project, I was getting called reckless. I was getting the, this is dangerous, this is stupid. People with disabilities don't belong on those mountains. Our goal from the beginning, knowing that this might be impossible, knowing how some of the minority of the community felt very strongly in a negative way about what we were doing, our goal was to serve one individual. If we could create that one trail experience, everything we did would be worth it. It wasn't about grant writing or fundraising or scaling or any of these things that we talk about today. It was about creating that one singular impossible experience, because once you do it one time, it opens the door for everyone.
My name's Bev Davis, and I live in Littleton, Colorado. I am sitting in this chair because I have multiple sclerosis. I was diagnosed with MS over 30 years ago. In the beginning, I had numb fingers and toes, and I still just went on about my life. But then I started falling down a lot.
I remember one time in particular where she was riding her scooter and we were at a football game. I wasn't even around, and I heard through yells of people in the background that she had fallen, and so I raced over there, and she got right back up and got on the scooter, and off she went. So that's the kind of can-do spirit that she has.
I discovered the Lockwood Foundation a little over a year ago. I believe it was reading on Facebook about this group of people in purple shirts who hauled a woman with cerebral palsy up Mount Elbert. So I had to contact them right away.
So when we met Bev, we just knew she was a good candidate for this. Her boldness and her bravery alone, and just like the forwardness to say right out of the gate, this is what I want to do. We just knew that if anybody was going to make it up this mountain, it was going to be Bev.
Well, I found out from Bev, I came back from an errand, sat down, and she was already on the phone with Jeff, and she described that, okay, this is what we're going to do.
When Jeff called me, I felt so honored.
Perfect.
Okay,
that was a lot less gas than last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, that just, okay, it still made my heart jump. I was like, it feels like the car's gonna tip over.
Our trail access is created by a combination of really unique technology and community strength. The technology that we use is called a Trail Rider trail wheelchair. It's pushed from the back almost like a wheelbarrow, pulled from the front like a rickshaw, and then the rider sits in the center on top of the wheel.
Okay.
There we are. Way down to the bank.
We hike as a group and push our volunteer all the way to trail camp. We get, a good chunk of the vertical done, just under 2,000 feet of vertical to tree line. We'll set up camp. We'll have plenty of time to rest, relax, and just share stories.
The dangers of Mount Elbert, they really can be anything from dehydration to altitude sickness, weather, hypothermia, any of the things that we deal with normally in the mountains. In fact, most of the risk of Mount Elbert is the same risk and risk mitigation that we use as mountaineers ourselves.
We got all these volunteers. All right, let's go.
I wonder how long is it going to take? Am I going to be able to get out of the chair? And how am I going to get to the summit? My muscles get really stiff, and I'll need to get up and get out once in a while. So I'm a little concerned about that. And camping, I haven't been camping in a very long time, and going to the bathroom. We just got to base camp, and I'm so excited that we're off the trail. It was really a lot of fun.
I think it's amazing. We went up and set up base camp for that nice lady, a tree line. I think this is great. I love the support. This is what it's all about, man.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. I have no words for this.
And to get somebody up there that can't do it themselves is a fantastic thing.
It's badass. That is amazing. I mean, to be able to experience something like that most of Americans in general can't even experience, like, it's so cool.
That's an awesome thing, and you guys are doing a great thing. And that tells you there's no limits. Anybody can do what they want to do, right?
Colorado is beautiful. It's a gift from God. And for you guys to take people who can't go up to the mountain, it's a brilliant, beautiful thing. I compliment you.
When we first started this whole thing, I was talking about getting Zara up, and one of Zara's idea was to get we should build a nonprofit of this and scale it and share more opportunities. So what do you want to see out of this thing? It was partially her idea, this whole catastrophe. What do you want to see out of this? What really makes this happen are the people.
It still mystifies me, and we're trying to find what draws people.
It's about community. It's about the opportunity to impact the world around you, and even more specifically, to share an experience that lights your heart up, that lights your spirit up. I truly believe our volunteers, each and every one of them, is a hero. They embody the best parts of all of us when they're on that mountain.
They're not doing it for themselves.
I don't know what a hero is if our volunteers on Elbert are not, because they show strength, compassion, empathy, and human spirit.
My philosophy on life is that everybody needs a support team, not just people with any kind of disability or mobility issues or developmental issues. Everybody needs a support team. Everybody needs their community.
As a traveling group, coordinated at tree line, we head out of tree line, just after the sun is getting up, and start on our day.
This is the longest part of our adventure. This is the 12 hours on the mountain in one day. So we spend that Sunday going from high camp to the summit, back down to high camp, and then all the way down the mountain to the trailhead. This is when the real risk comes. This is when the adventure happens. This is when the memories are built.
We may be going up what's generally known as an easy trail in a Class 1 hike, but it's anything but easy.
The way we do these adaptive mountaineering adventures, it's slow. It can be grueling. It takes time. It's not easy.
I think that the closer I get to that summit, the harder it would be to turn around. Absolutely. I can't even imagine what that would feel like.
I got the worst case scenarios, and we have to get weird with it,
Yeah.
I can talk you out. Spot for him.
3, 2, 1. I think I'm good right with that. Fine.
I'll be all right.
You all right?
4,000 feet later, we're at the summit. 14,442 feet above sea level on Mount Elbert. This is the time when the strength disappears and the emotions come out. It's a powerful experience. It has been the last few years, and I know it will be every year that we get onto the summit.
Nice job, guys.
Oh, Bev.
Hey.
Okay, guys, break.
There. Top. Go team, almost there.
Let's go, Bev.
Get him up. Good job, guys.
It wasn't rock stars or movie stars or wealthy individuals or sports athletes who took Zara or Bev up Mount Elbert. It was people. It was people, it was your neighbors, it was your colleagues, it was the folks you know at work, the folks you climb mountains with that made those impossibilities possible.
So, but Bev, we have a small gift for you as well on behalf of all of us at the Lockwood Foundation. On the back it says, Bev Davis, September 11th, 2022. Congrats from all of us at the Lockwood Foundation. So this is what the marker looks like at the top of Elbert. So you get to take this home with you as a memory of being out here.
This is us as people, as a community, changing the narrative on what we can do together. We talked about adversity, we talked about facing it, and we talked about using that as an opportunity to create identity in ourselves, to define who we are. And you guys just did that. We did that. I want to point out that
I'm Bev Davis, and I am sitting here at the top of Mount Elbert, the tallest mountain in Colorado. I could not have done this without each and every one of these humans, and I am just so grateful. My heart is just bursting, and I don't know what else to say about that.